more can I say, man? Now I'm on my way. Now I'm on my way, man. Now I'm on my way, man. It's 6:40. Now I'm on my way, man. What more can I say? What more can I say, man? Now I'm on my way. Now I'm on my way, man. Now I'm on my way. Lynched up with Orange Johnson, now it's all to the good. The 6:40 evening show, man, it's all to the hood. Cornelius Green, that's the OG. He the one that got me plugged.
So wait, Shy-O, playing my music like a drug.
That's Scarlet and Gray, all that. Did I make somebody talk about they really wanna stand around? 6:40, did it get short? Did it make the mama talk about she wanna get dying? Presidential, you are presidential. Why you look at me like you really want that war? If you know what I know, or if you do what I know, you be looking like bro, it's time for you to go. It's the bobbity boobity boobity bobbity ziggity zing ziggity zow. Zoozos and women and zoozos and people be looking like he's putting down. The fire that I really admire. When I listen to the 46 or the 640, your honor, I'm a bomb like Sarah Connor. Do you even know what I am saying? There is a reason they call me Desperado, cause I am about to go Super Saiyan.
I said
I'm a bomb like Sarah Connor. Do you even know what I am saying? There is a reason they call me Desperado, cause I am about to go Super Saiyan. The 640. Now I'm on my way, man. What more can I say? What more can I say, man? Now I'm on my way. Now I'm on my way, man. Now I'm on my way, man. It's 6:40. Now I'm on my way, man. What more can I say? What more can I say, man? Now I'm on my way. Now I'm on my way, man. Now I'm on my way. I've been grinding all day, hustling all night. Get this music on these streets. I'm trying to do it. Alright, it's not alright to try, you gotta do. Listen to me, bro, you gotta act the fool.
when you're flipping and flopping and there is no stopping, sometimes you gotta take up your school.
Let me calm down, let me chill for a second, cause I'm wildin' out, if you know what I mean. Cause my flows is off of the top of the dome, it's like a drone that's going insane. To the membrane, like I was a cypress to Cypress Hill. Get 'em up, they don't make another brother to go about this for water. Are you for real?
I'm crazy, psycho, make you dance like Michael Jackson. When I'm rapping, it'll make you grab your rifle.
So please tune in to 640, man. I'm the type of guy to take your shorty, and I'm Desperado. Nothing but love, man. I really do got nothing but love for you. Appreciate everything. This one's for y'all. Got you.
We good? What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to a nice round of an hour of the 640 Evening Show. Checking this out. You smell that in the air? That's the smell of the NFL. It's getting ready to start this week. Actually, it's starting tonight, man. So, you know, it's just like it's like Christmas today. Like you walking down to the Christmas tree and you want to open up your presents and you want to hope you get all your toys and gifts that you want. Hey, I know it's August, September. It's September, but check this little Christmas story, y'all. I remember a Christmas story, but speaking of Christmas and the day to be in the NFL, I remember I was like 4 or 5 years old. I went to go see Santa Claus. Check this out. I mean, I'm going to talk to you. Just listen at me. I went to see Santa Claus, right? And I'm sitting up there, you know, talking to him. He said, what do you want? What do you want for Christmas? You know, I said up there, I told him everything what I wanted for Christmas. I remember my list, too. I wanted a SSP, the little cards you zip and you let them go on the floor. They go spin and go all the way around. I wanted a big wheel. I wanted a electric football set. That was my main thing that I want. I said, I want an electric football set, but I gave him some instructions. I said, I want the electric football set, but I don't want you to put the Dallas Cowboys in it. I just want the Washington Redskins in it. I don't want the Cowboys in it. You can put whoever other team that you want to put it in, but don't put the Dallas Cowboys in it, but make sure you put the Redskins in, right? So excited. I run home. First thing I do, I run a bit to my brother. And you know, Tim, I always, he always got this little, a certain way he tried to connive me, right? I said, I said, look, I went to go see Santa Claus. I showed him the picture, had on my brown leather jacket. You know what the first thing he said? He said, oh, yeah. But you know what you should have did? He said, did you pull his beard? I said, nah. He said, you should have pulled his beard. I said, why? He said, that was for good luck. I said, dang. Next time I go up there, I'm gonna make sure I pull his beard for good luck. And I kind of flipped it, and I kept going through my head a lot of times, and then I kind of figured it out. This is how slick he is. He wanted me to pull his beard because he know the next time I really wanted to make sure I have good luck, and I was going to yank it real hard, right? And he knew it was a fake beard, and he knew it was going to come down, and he wanted me to expose them just like that. And I kind of figured it out, and I just want to let Tim know. I was on to you. I knew exactly what you want to do. It took me about 45 years to figure it out, but I knew what you was thinking. He wanted me to pull that man's beard, so I'd have been out there, and I'd have seen a man behind the thing, and I'd have probably messed on myself, and I'd have been so scared, and I would have been so. I was like, what happened? So to all you brothers out there, big brothers out there that like to connive your little brothers, this show is for you. I'm DJ 640, and this is the 640 Evening Show. Sweet 16, my little daughter. Let's take it to the tip top.
Hi, this is Destiny. You're now in tune to the 640 Evening Show, featuring my daddy, DJ 640. Hey!
Santa Claus and all the big brothers out there.
It's football season, ladies and gentlemen. You know what that means. All Cowboy fans, you must unite. But guess what? Until then, Dominus Omnis.
See, I can't do it like Big T. I can't let it go all the way down my neck and down there like that, because it burns my nose and it burns my throat.
Oh, boogity, 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 boogity.
T is a veteran. I like to sip on mine.
I would like some more to drink, please. You got a phone call right away, man. Who's this?
Who's calling?
Rico Cheatham.
Hey, man, what's going on, Rico?
Rico called on time. I didn't even get a chance to announce. So go ahead, T.
Rico, man, it's good to talk to you, man. How you doing?
I'm great. Stuck in traffic, but I'm doing well.
Okay,
Thank God. How you guys doing?
We were stuck in traffic, but we made it right in here like the five heartbeats slid right across the floor, right into the mics, man.
How about that?
You like that one, don't you? You like that one. I know
Absolutely.
you do.
That's pretty smooth right there.
So
Absolutely.
So Rico, man, why don't you let the folks that are watching, let them know who you are real quick, please.
Rico Cheatham. Let's see. Who do I know? Who am I? Marketing. I don't know. It's kind of hard to say who you are. You know what I'm saying? It's sort of like, people's perspective of who you are. What you do is one thing, but who you are, I don't know. I think I'm a good human being for the most part. But
I like that.
marketing,
I like that.
branding, brand building, mergers and acquisitions, licensing. I kind of work that field. Most of those fields right there. That's pretty much what I do. Who I am, I think I'm a good human being. At least I try to be the best I can be, the best me I could be.
Rico, that might be the best answer we've had in a long time.
How about that?
I like that, man. Where you from, Rico?
I'm from New York, from Brooklyn, born and raised.
Uh-oh.
Brooklyn. Shout out to Brooklyn.
So
Yeah.
we were told by Deb that you were going to give us a call, and we heard that you wanted to let folks know that you're promoting some things that are going on with you and your business right now in your company. Why don't you let them know what's the name of the company real quick?
So I have several companies. The one individual is one in particular is Chain the Game. Chain the Game, like a bike chain. CHAIN the game GAME.com, and we're basically a small crowd investment company, mini hedge fund, if you will. And what we want to do was create a platform for young entrepreneurs to be able to get investment for their businesses without giving up too much equity in their company. And so we created this platform, Chain the Game, in order to do so. My background, is fashion. So I know in the fashion business, I happen to be looking at one of my fashion guys walk by right now. I'm on 42nd Street.
Cool.
In the fashion business, if you are a creator and you are not a brand, then it is very hard to get a really good deal for your project, right?
Exactly.
So if you're a creator, just a designer coming out straight out of school or whatever, and you got a good, concept and all of that stuff, when it comes time to get investment, it is very rare that you get more than 30% of your company. Normally, the investors take about 70% of your company. And it really takes in fashion. In other businesses and other entertainment fields, I'm sure it's a little bit different, but it really takes the steam out of a lot of young people's sail when that is the result, and then they have the power to fire you from your own company and do all kind of things that you just couldn't imagine.
Hey, Rico, hold on for 1 second. Say that one more time because they need to hear this.
Yeah, so if you don't have majority equity, majority shares, majority equity in your company, 51%, then your investors really have the final say-so in your business, and they have the power to fire you from your own company if they own more percentage of the business than you do.
Wow.
And so what I've witnessed that. I've been through it. I've witnessed it. And I needed to figure out how to level the playing ground, if you will.
Right.
So Chain the Game is, like I said, small crowd investment, small crowd funding, essentially a mini hedge fund. And what we've been successful at, we work with Vanessa Bell Calloway. We raised $1 million for her talk show. We raised
Can you raise $1 million?
$50,000.
Can you raise $1 million for our talk show?
I'm sorry, for what?
Can you raise $1 million for our talk show, Rico?
Hey, you never know. You never know. That's a good conversation to have. It's a good conversation to have.
Yes, sir.
So we raised $1 million for her show, and then we raised another $400,000 for her plays, and we're working on a second round of funding for a new play tour for her as well. We raised about $50,000 for a cannabis farm, but we did that in 48 minutes. Right now, we're putting out an offering for we fully streamlined this whole cannabis
I like that.
Cultivation business from seed to retail, and we're doing a raise. We're about to put that out now, come Monday, for if you want to be in the cannabis business. This is a good way where we found a major way to secure everybody's investment, so this way you don't lose, and you can gain up to a 400% ROI, return on investment.
Wow.
If you get involved.
Now, Rico,
yeah.
with that return on investment, because I'm going to stop you right there, because a lot of people are listening to you. When you get a return on your investment of 400+%, basically that gives you the power to take everything that you have and sell off whatever you want to have to sell off in your company. Is that correct?
Yes.
That is even more profitable if you sell off 35% of your company and keep 65% of your company and still get a return on investment that is all profit from that point on. Is that correct?
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
Hey, man, I gotta give you my phone number, man. That's incredible. That is incredible.
So so that was our focus, to be able to give these opportunities to young individuals, young entrepreneurs, and stuff. And that is coming to fruition. We've been semi-successful, just starting not that long ago, and kind of kicking ass and taking names. Excuse my French.
That's all right. We're right here. We on the internet. Say what you got to say.
Okay, so we're kicking ass and taking names, and I just think it's going to grow exponentially. It's a lot of there's a lot of young creators that's getting in touch with us that have really valuable and viable projects, and we're definitely open to taking on new challenges and new opportunities.
Rico,
so in terms of,
I'm sorry, I keep interrupting you. I apologize. I know you're trying to get it all in. Now we have a summer league basketball group that is coming on in a few minutes, and these guys are part of a Legends group that is just taking over the summer youth and summer leagues. How can they make money doing the same thing with the same type of plan that you have right now?
I think I would have to know a little bit more about the summer league, the age and target market and stuff like that, and then where they play at.
All that's relevant.
So once I have some information, it'd be easier for me to figure out how they can monetize what they're doing.
Okay.
But essentially, if you create the brand, so it's a summer league brand. If you create the brand and you create what's special about the brand, then you can then start to look for sponsorships, and the sponsors will then, obviously put in some money to help build the brand, to be exposed with the brand, but to help build the brand. You start playing at different forums, at different colleges or those type of gyms or arenas or whatever. Obviously charging for ticket sales, but then creating some type of entertainment, around it, and then also coupling it with some academic programs. I don't know how old the kids are, but some academic programs where you could get educational sponsorships and stuff like that, and possibly some type of funding, federal funding, to help these kids get to school or get to the next level. You could I would definitely have to see what they have in order to figure out how to work it to make it make sense and make it make money.
I tell you, Rico, I'm telling you, the way I'm telling you put that together just like that in 15 seconds. You said the education, the entertainment, the federal funding. You wrap the education with
the
that
entertainment value.
Right. You wrapped all that up within 15 seconds, man. And I'm telling you, stuff I wasn't even thinking about going in with that, but I'm saying that tells me that you know what you know, man. You know what you know about this stuff, man. We got to keep you in our Rolodex, old school folks who don't know what a Rolodex is, but keep you on speed dial, man, because we got to stay in contact with you, man, because you definitely know what you know.
Well, I appreciate that. I try to be as well-rounded in terms of information as possible, and as they say your net worth is only as good as your network.
Exactly.
So
I heard that. I heard that.
Right.
Yeah.
So having the right network, right, obviously, increases the value of your net worth. So I like to make sure I have the right components and the right strategic alliances, right partners. All of these things are so important in order to get things done. I watch a lot of projects fall by the wayside because you're not putting the right pieces together. Yeah, you might have a good project, but you're not bringing in the right people. You're not bringing in the right strategic relationships, strategic alliances in order for the right people or, people to take the project serious and put it on a platform that it needs to go. So I'm big on that, pulling in the right pieces and the right people.
Yeah, I got it.
Rico, we're going to have to make sure. When are you going to be in the D.C. area, man? We'd like to have you in studio to have a full.
Man, I was just in D.C. yesterday.
Oh no, Rico, no.
Yeah, I was just in D.C. I was in Maryland, not too far from D.C. I was in Baltimore County, dealing with Essex County Community College.
I do know. I'm familiar with it. I'm very familiar with it.
EBCC, I think, or something like that.
Baltimore Community College.
Yes, I was down there yesterday, and I'll probably be back this weekend. But it's really sporadic, sort of in and out. And then I do speaking engagements at different schools in terms of talking about my fashion and history and the history of fashion and all of that stuff. So I move around a lot, but I will let you know next time I'm in town.
Please do, man. We'd like to have you in studio, man. You got a lot of interesting things going on. And dealing with fashion is a key thing for us because I don't know if you can see us in that, but we need help with our fashion.
Well, listen, I can't see you because I'm driving. Listen, you're not alone. There is a lot of people that need help with fashion, so you're not alone. And I'm always open to giving some form of information or creative ideas and input into the fashion world. That's sort of my blueprint. And there's a truck next to me, so it's making a little bit of noise.
Well, since you're dealing with that truck, why don't you give us your social media information real quick so people that are watching and will be watching in the future on the replay can get this and get in contact with you.
Okay, so the best way to get in touch with me is, I guess, IG, which would be BK Rico. So short for Brooklyn Rico, BKRICO. I think that would be the best way to get in touch with me. I can give you a bunch of handles, which would be, my Twitter and all that stuff. But I don't answer those. So Instagram would be best. I don't even answer those. So I probably get on that once a month.
Hey, Rico, make sure you get in contact with Deb and make sure I get some more information on how to get in contact with you. I want to talk with you off air so that we can set up another meet and bring you into the studio, man. This would be a wonderful opportunity for you to sort of expand your information and give us as much as possible in studio. And we'd like to give you an opportunity to do a little mini fashion show if you want.
Well, all sounds great. So what I'll do is I'll reach out to Deb tonight. I'll give her my information, and then we can set something up and figure it out. I don't have a problem with that. I like to, fashion is that's my DNA right there.
My man.
All right, and Rico, do me a favor. This is just for me. Relax yourself because I'm about to come at you with a different question.
Okay.
I'm at Penn Station up there in New York. How do I get to MetLife Stadium?
Oh Lord, no.
In Jersey?
Yeah.
From Penn Station, I would say take the I would go to the Port Authority and jump on the New Jersey Transit bus straight to the MetLife Stadium.
That's right at Penn Station?
It's at Port Authority, so you have to walk up to 42nd Street and 8th Avenue, 41st Street and 8th Avenue.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Oh, okay. And that's about what, $7-8 for a ticket?
Nah, probably like $4 or $5.
Oh.
Man, I wish I would have known. I just came through the Lincoln Tunnel. This whole interview, I was driving.
For real?
Are you going to the game? You going to go to the Redskins Giants game?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to do some work.
Actually, I am. But see, that's on the deal.
That was on the deal.
Yeah.
I wasn't supposed to say that.
No.
Hey, Rico, man, you in trouble. You got me in trouble, man. All right.
Hey, I'm not mad. Hey, just look, you're going to do some research on the game so you can bring back the highlights and stuff and report it next Thursday. It's all good, baby.
Man.
For sure. I like Big T said, we got this on replay. So, like I said, this is This is it's on tape, so we're gonna have this on replay. So
I
you'll
messed
definitely
him
be
up
able to
on
hear
purpose.
this
I'm
again.
sorry, man.
So it's all good. It's all love.
I messed him up on purpose, Rico. I'm sorry. Hey, Rico, I know what I'm doing, man.
I know.
Hey, Rico, thank you
Yeah.
so much, man. We got other guests coming on. We only have an hour show today. Please get in contact with them. Make sure I get your information so we can talk later on during the weekend.
Will do. Thank you for having me. I appreciate everything. Appreciate the
Great
time.
interview. Thank you so much, man. We appreciate you so much, man.
All
right.
praise due. Thank you. Have a good day.
All right, you too,
Talk.
Rico.
All right now, Rico.
Beautiful interview.
Hey.
Who gonna be back with T?
Hey, man, we'll be right back with our legend, one of our legends, and Mr. Ricky Goins is back with Herbo 45, and he's got a special announcement. If you haven't been on Facebook, then you need to listen in. We'll be
Bear
right
with
back.
us. Bear with us.
This
Bear
is the
with
640
us.
Evening Show on VoxWave.com, and we will be back in a few seconds. Ain't
Little-
that right, Stan?
Yes, sir. Little California
All right,
Hurt
Stan.
with my girl Niquille Transvent.
Stan the Man is here. Stan the Man is here.
Oh,
Yeah.
It'll help if I put the plug in.
Oh, my goodness. We're all going to get written up by Reg. We're on the way. We'll be right back.
Heartbreak on a weekday. Never thought it would hurt so bad it did. Didn't know it was the last day. I would see your face for a long, long time. But when you were gone, at night I would look to the moon, hoping you were
doing her thing. I want to give a shout out
She
to
working,
Nia
too.
Simone. She is doing her thing.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Nia Simmons, do your thing. I always say Nia Simone. I do that on purpose. Nia, you know what's going on. Hey, we are back. This is the 640 Evening Show on VoxWave.com. Make sure if you have any phone calls, you want to ask any questions for our guests, 240-719-2560. My man 640's here.
That was a good cover up on Nia Simone, too.
Hey, you like that, don't you? I like that. I am a professional. So, look, we are here with my man Ricky Goins from Herbo 45.
Red Cup.
Hey, man. Hey, and by the way, this is the Red Cup. I always wanted to do that, man. I love, you know what I'm saying? Hey, I always wanted to do that, man. Y'all need to bring me on the show so I can just say, this is the Red Cup. I just want to do the announcement of it and let y'all do your thing. I'll just walk on out. But I'm walking off on screen like this, walking straight out the door like that. We talk later. Anyway, look. My man Ricky Goins, man, is here. We're talking about Herbo 45. You had a great situation happening. The success keeps rolling. Me and you were talking about you were a little worried about it last fall. Like, I don't know if I'm going to do it or not, but look what you got.
Yeah, man. You know, first of all, happy birthday to my man Dennis Scott.
Hey, Dennis
D.
Scott.
Scott.
Hey,
D. Scott.
D3, happy birthday, baby.
Man,
D.
51.
Scott.
Yeah, he 50. Damn, oh, that's right. We are 51.
Yeah.
He said my age.
She 51?
He's not 51. No. So have you talked to him? You get
I haven't talked to him today, but I'll probably connect with him later on.
Do me a favor, man. Tell Dennis Scott I need some of those shirts.
TNT.
Oh, yeah, players only.
Players only. I need
Yeah.
we would like for him to come on the show one day.
Just gotta catch him in town, man.
When he in town, he just stop
fly
by.
in, fly out, man.
Man.
We luckily caught him for him.
I watched that whole show with y'all when y'all
jet
had
set.
them on there, man. I was in there commenting. I said, please ask him this question.
He was
Yeah.
real honest with us too.
Yeah.
I got a chance to watch him since he was 12. So it was always a good thing to watch guys that you were familiar with. And you guys on the Red Cup will always put guys in. You even had Kurt Lee on. That was amazing.
Curly, yeah, that was good.
Man, I remember Kurt Lee. I was at Morgan State when he was walking across campus and cutting up. Kurt, you know I saw you. I saw you, Kurt. It was all right. It's all right. But let's get back to Herbo 45, man. You've done some great things with this.
Yeah, man. You know, it was getting the motivation to come back and do it, man. It was tough because there's a lot of stuff behind the scenes to run these leagues and make it challenging.
I see it too.
You know, but my man Ducky Vaughn, man, you know, we talk almost every day, and he inspired me. And then really what kind of motivated me too was when Steve Francis reached out to me and said he wanted to play.
That was a great time, man.
So he came up, but you know, Jason Muscuri, one of his best friends, owns Society Lounge. So Steve, people don't know this, Steve Francis came up with the name Team Society.
Oh, really?
He did.
Wow.
So he
okay.
reached out.
Oh, okay.
was
So he came.
definitely, you know,
Okay.
gonna come
Shout
up.
out to Steve Francis.
So once he gave me that,
So when
yeah. So once he gave me that, I just started the ball rolling on the uniform with the marketing plan, and it just made it exciting. And he showed up. Man, he hadn't played in a basketball game in 10 years, and he showed up, man. So
he actually showed up
he
and
played.
did well.
Man, he played. Yeah, he was fine out there, man. You know, not hadn't played in a long time.
Mm-hmm.
What is Team Society about?
So initially it was just a team. So trying to grow the brand of the Herbo. You know, we were looking to find something to make new exciting. So last year we added the college teams. Maryland University, George Mason, Montgomery College. So we wanted to do something different this year. So Steve came up with Team Society. He said he wanted to play. And I was like, man, let's try this. So we did that. We signed a couple guys. We had Kevin Play, Byron Mouton, Lonnie Harrell, Greg Jones, Josh Morgan from the Redskins. I mean, we had some guys out there.
I snuck in there a couple times. You didn't see me, but it was,
Josh Norman.
So, but it was a
Morgan.
real success.
Morgan?
Former wide receiver with the Redskins.
Oh, okay.
People don't realize Josh Morgan played for H.D. Woodson basketball
He was
team
good
as
too.
well.
Played against him in high school. He was good,
Yeah,
man.
he was pretty good.
He was good.
I might have missed that one.
You did miss that one.
Yeah.
but
So,
you were a little
so
old.
we had a team. Baby Shaq played, man. We had some guys.
Hey man, Baby Shaq, is he actually getting old at all?
It's
Baby
fine.
Shaq,
I mean, you know, Shaq my
what are you
man,
taking,
you know,
man?
but what's good is he's adapting himself. So he's not above the rim no more, but
No.
he can shoot from anywhere now. He's physical. You know, he's just below the rim now.
he's the new sniper.
Yeah, but he understands the game. He's consistent, you know what I mean, in terms of how he performs. So, you know, he's pushing 40, or he might be 40 now, but he's a ball player, man.
Let him think he's 28. It's okay because he plays like he's 28.
And 40 is the new 30, new 29.
That
Yeah.
was
That's
true.
tough.
That's right.
So,
But now what we're doing, me and Jason, because of the buzz we got from it, we decided to take the concept and make it into an actual minor league basketball team. So we're going to travel. We're going to have a roster. Me and my co-owner, he's actually going to play a little bit too. We call him Jackie Moon.
wow. You gonna give him the afro and have a bed tackle and everything? We talk about that later. That's another idea. I can get that stand.
So we have a nice little structure, man.
Put your damn mic on.
We're going to be independent. We're going to be independent this year. And, play maybe 10, 15 game schedule. And then next year, we're going to but the goal eventually is to get guys to sign with us to get them opportunities to play overseas and do things like that. So really to build out this minor league situation to actually help guys get to major situations.
Right. And Rick, let me ask you a question, Steve. I know you're ready to jump in there, but I just want to, this is the perfect time for me to ask this question. Was that idea that you have, is that kind of like segue into, or did the Big Three tournament basketball thing with Ice Cube doing kind of is like gave you guys an idea or something like that to do like on your level?
Not really. It's interesting because when I started the Herbo in 2017, I had no idea the Big Three was going on.
I know you was doing it first.
Yeah,
Right.
Well, I started a little before them.
Right.
But their groundwork was already laid. Of course, they had the money behind it.
Exactly.
But, for that first year, we shared a guy. Dave Hawkins played both.
Oh,
He played
okay.
with me on Saturdays and played with them on Sundays.
Oh, okay.
And there was a lot of guys that we would have had that would have played with me that went to play Big Three.
Okay.
Just to be in that same conversation.
That's right. Yeah.
That's a serious statement right there,
Yeah.
because you've got some serious talent when it comes to Herbo 45.
And some guys that played, like Eddie Baston played Big Three the first year and then came and played with me on the wintertime.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So so obviously guys take it seriously, but I think what Ice Cube is doing is more so dealing with like the veterans. Like we're gonna have some name guys this year, but the overall goal is to have an opportunity for college kids that might not have the representation they need.
Exactly.
To get them opportunities to play. So that's going to be the long-term goal.
Yeah.
Are you guys going to get a chance to rival the DC Go-Go in terms of giving them an
That's the
opportunity?
NBA, man.
Yeah. That's a whole other brand.
But I'm sure the Go-Go will have some guys they might not keep.
Yeah.
They might find opportunity with us. And,
Right.
And it's, like I said, it's a long-term vision that me and Jason have. It's not about making $1 today. It's about providing opportunities. It's similar to the model I had when I was working with the high school kids. Very similar to that. Just up on the professional level. And it's because as these guys sow into themselves, it'll come full circle.
With that happening, the opportunities that you're providing right now, you're going to get a groundswell of talent. It's going to be Team Society along with another team that's going to be playing with them, or is this a league? Because people want to know, is this a league or this is just one team?
So there's a lot of minor leagues out there, and they do a great job. But I told Jason and my GM, Tavares Kubu, who's a well-known ball player in the area, I said we're not going to do a league this year because we want to kind of play more teams and experience on get our organization in order.
That's true.
And you can do that better when you're independent, and we have those obligations to a league. And I have a background in minor league ball. A lot of people know that I was the assistant general manager of the Maryland Greenhawks in that last year.
Okay.
So I know how it looked, and that's why I told Jason, I said, we're going to build this thing the right way. And to commit to a league from day one, it's not the right way. Let's go out here, let's see what other teams have going on, let's give them a chance to play us. They travel to us, we travel to them, we may get some national games, and we'll see how that goes. And then we can come back next year and kind of come together and say, you know what, maybe we can join this league, or maybe we can start our own league.
Mm-hmm.
But that's something to look at.
A lot of overseas teams will be tapping you on the shoulder, talking about, hey man, what's up with this guy right here? What's up with that guy right here?
And that's the goal. That's what it's about for me.
Yeah.
Getting those guys opportunities, man.
You do a lot of that, but you mentioned a guy that's sort of your mentor, Mr. Ducky Vaughn here, who, man, this is what we were talking about on the outskirts of our conversation, Ducky. Ducky, what do you think about this?
Well, I've always told him I thought it was a great idea, and for him to keep going because it was important that people understand that basketball in this era, than just start with the Kevin Durant's and all those people that, people came along, you stood on their shoulders long before that. And like I was telling him in the lobby, he does things to keep us relevant.
Right.
See, and a lot of people wouldn't even know who we were because, see, I played in the 70s and 80s, and he wasn't even born into the 80s,
Yeah, right.
almost. You know what I'm saying? So people don't know who we are unless you have somebody that can, connect the past with the future and stuff. And it's not like they're hating. It's just that we educating them on the one thing, like the conversation you and I had last time about the West Unseld and stuff like that. And so when he would have problems, he would always call and we'd talk and stuff. And it's one thing that we as blacks have to learn how to do is support one another.
Thank you.
And don't let him fall by the wayside just because things are not going right. And see, if you listen to what one person say, you'll quit every time. Mm-hmm. And one of my biggest things is that the easiest thing in the world to do is quit.
Right.
See, and then and I think I told you this, Peter Green told me, the radio personality, said, Dougie, if you ever want to make money, just hang around people that make money.
There you go.
If you want to be broke, just hang around broke people.
There you go.
But see, I looked at it deeper than that. So if you want to expand your knowledge of anything, you hang around those people that have knowledge of what you're trying to do. Right. It don't always mean that you always have to be about money.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And the thing is with him is that I don't think he could see where this could take him, but I could, because see, it made me feel good to wake up to feel relevant again in an era. Because a guy called me one day and he said, when you're a legend, because sometimes we think we're a legend just because you played the game. He said, no, you're a legend because everybody got a Ducky Vaughn story.
For sure.
Correct.
He said, everywhere I go, if I say your name,
right,
somebody have a story about you. So, and that kind of rang the bell with me. But see, my job now, since I'm the senior citizen in this group right here,
okay.
So good.
It's to uplift them.
Oh, yeah.
Uplift you, to make sure that you continue to do what it is that y'all are doing. Mm-hmm. Not fall by the wayside just because somebody don't like what you're doing. And the biggest thing for him is to be able to learn how to separate the business part of it from the friendship part of it.
There you go.
Right.
And if they can't see that, then then that's their problem. It's not your problem. So I'm proud of him because we've talked. Rick, you can say what about every day for the last 2 years?
Yeah.
Every day. I mean, talk.
Right.
So I'm proud of him what he's doing.
And that's interesting. As Stan probably put you in the box while both of us are talking. It's the thing. Having you said that, and I'm gonna let T get back into the you guys roundtable. But I'm gonna ask you this question since I got both of you guys up here and we talking a little bit of basketball. Michael Graham put an interesting thing on Facebook, and I want to see if you guys got any insight knowledge that you can clear this up about John Thompson, about what the Washington Post put out on him in the 80s, about this little situation that was going on with I don't know if it was a racial thing or if it was some gambling thing type of thing, but they threw a whole article out there. Can you elaborate on that? If you don't want to touch on it, it's cool.
Well, I was around. I don't know if Rick was old enough then. He was still probably drinking a bottle or something like that.
Yeah.
Right.
No, but I think what you're talking about at the time, because it's nothing that was hidden.
Mm-hmm.
It was all on the news, and it was all also Nightline. I remember staying up one night on Nightline with Ted Koppel. That's where it first came. And they had a thing. But see, what people fail to realize was John was from this area.
Right.
So and what John was trying to build up at Georgetown at that particular time was a following, not only for basketball, but for black kids that have an opportunity to succeed,
right,
educational-wise.
The outlet for
and then you got to realize, a lot of people didn't realize, well, they did realize, but they didn't look at it that way. He didn't want what happened over at Maryland
Right.
with Len Bias
Uh-huh.
that happened up at Georgetown.
Exactly.
Got you.
So he was protecting
His players.
his investment.
Right. Right.
But see, for him, so it's like all of 4 of us grew up together,
Mm-hmm.
and one of us get up in the game.
Right.
So, but I might be the coach. So why can't I call you, Terrence, and say, look, man, I need to talk to you.
Yeah. We need to
You know,
talk.
I need
Have
to talk.
serious conversation.
So you, the media can't say, well, why would Ducky want to talk to Terrence? Because he's a drug dealer or whatever he's supposed to be. Because I grew up in the neighborhood with him.
Mm-hmm.
So if I can't talk to him, all I'm gonna do is I'm not trying to tell him what he can't do.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just telling him what I don't want to see him do with my organization, because I'm trying to steer these guys in a different direction.
You know, Ducky, it's the same thing when we can go to a movie situation so that people can relate, because a lot of people don't know about this. When in the movie where Denzel went and talked to Cooper Good, and he said, "Look, man, I got a thing going on right here. Okay, I got a thing going on right here that's real positive. It's moving, it's doing its thing, and you messing it up. And I need you to take a step back and take yourself out of my situation and stop mixing circles."
What movie was that?
It really wasn't positive, but what I'm trying to relate it to.
What movie was that?
Hold on, slow down. 640 always doing this. But what he did was, I think what John did was, he said, "Look, you're getting ready to step in my backyard, and you putting mess all over my backyard. And I've got all these guys that I'm trying to give them an opportunity, not only just to get to the NBA, but to make it in life. And you're starting to stifle everything I'm doing, and you're mixing it up, and you're putting money in the game.
All right.
Now these guys don't have any money. They don't have anything.
Right.
You had people like, you had John, you had people like Morning,
Right.
and several other guys on the team were like, you know what, we ain't making no money, but these guys come to our game every day. Every time we see them, they in the front row.
Yeah.
Now they hustlers, yeah, they doing their thing, they making money, they throwing a little bit of money at us.
Yeah.
But the thing is this: all money ain't good money.
Right.
All situations aren't good.
Right.
Even if you're making a good situation out of a bad situation, which is you're selling drugs.
Yeah.
So when he said, "Man, leave my players alone,"
Yeah.
And Vic,
Go ahead.
I'm gonna call it, try to wrap it up and end it with this and let you guys get back to your thing. But would this not have been a problem if Georgetown wasn't getting progress, if they wasn't progressing and stuff in the black, with the black players and stuff, with the black coach? Would this have even mattered or made news? Was this just something
It
that
probably would.
they got wind of and they just kind of want to try to expose something?
It probably would have, but it wouldn't have got as much.
Right.
Because see, the thing is that John had a plan from the beginning. He wasn't gonna let nobody ruin that plan.
Right.
And saying like, here, if I'm using drugs and you got a camp, I mean, an AAU program,
Right.
right? And I share this story because it's true. And I remember Curtis Malone. I raised Curtis Malone since he was a little boy.
Wow.
So when he had DC assault, and when I got off of drugs, right, the first thing he told me, he said, "Ducky, look, I want you around the kids because you're good at what you do with these kids.
Right.
But I can't have you coming in here high.
Yeah.
I can't have you manipulating and using people and doing." And this was true.
Right.
This is the thing. So you giving me a way where I can be effective, but at the same time you making me understand I didn't build this up for you to come in here and rip it apart.
Gotcha.
See, so what John was saying back then, I think, was that, yeah, I know you. That's why I can call you in here. I know all you guys.
Right.
So I'm gonna talk to you man to man. I'm not gonna talk to you through the media. I'm not gonna talk to you. I'm not gonna put you. You do what you do, but you just can't do it here.
Right.
See,
Gotcha.
so a lot of guys
Understood.
didn't have that father figure, that John was providing for them when they came there.
Right.
They were used to that. If Rick got $500 and I'm gonna hit my man up. See, he'd be saying, no, don't do that.
Yeah.
You know, so because see that right there bring down
That's influence.
the whole program.
Right.
So he understood that. He had the hindsight, and then he had just started the job up there,
Right.
basically.
True.
So I mean, so it was,
Okay.
so
Go ahead, T. Quick.
That's a good point, man. And, we can relate what you just talked about on many different scales. And with Herbal 45 right now, with what Rick is doing right now, what is it that you see yourself doing and progressing and putting in play for some of these players that are going to need this information and going to need this lead?
Well, the concept of the league is just kind of like honoring history, right? So that guys could kind of put a face and name to names they've heard about.
Right.
And so, but what the league kind of became for these guys was almost like, it was nostalgic, but it was like almost a chance to just go back into moments in time that
Roll back the clock.
That were good for them. That way they could think about, maybe for an hour or two or three, you sit in there, you could just focus on times when maybe things were better for you. Or and I won't say better, but just a more of a special time. It seems like high school sports is like just that thing you hold on
Nostalgic.
to. And so, and in the process of that, there were little kids running around the gym, that got to see their parents and different guys. And so those are the kind of memories. Because one thing people talk about with the old Herbo was how little kids got to see these pros and be around this. And
I got a chance to connect back with Jeff Baxter.
so you give the kids a chance because, that's not necessarily the experience you get at some of the other summer leagues, but at this one, I tell you, for like 3 weeks, Henry Hall was at every game.
Man,
all day.
that was great to see.
People don't even really see him that much, you know what I mean? But him and his son was there all day, every day. And Donald Ford and Gene Smith showed up. Mark Tillman, these guys, they're not just there for
Shout out to Mark Tillman.
Bootney Green, they're not there just for 5 minutes, man. These guys were there for 5-6 games.
Yeah.
Just because that environment's like, it reminded them of a time when Chris Whitney stopped through.
Oh, yeah.
Them guys,
It was.
I saw that.
I
too.
brought my daughter who was playing high school basketball at the time, and she was like, "These are the guys you were talking about." And I said, "Well, watch this guy, watch this move," and some of them still had the moves. So it was an opportunity to connect with her. She's now in college, and she's looking at situations where hey, I'm gonna sit out this year, I'm gonna do some things, and I might play some sports or whatever, and further my career. But the thing is, she's in college trying to further her career.
right.
These guys, some of these guys that you're going to get, they haven't even reached college yet. You're talking about maybe integrating some of the young guys with some of the older guys is what you're talking
Well,
about.
mainly it's a professional opportunity, so it's mainly guys that's out of college that having more eligibility.
That's what I want.
And for me, it's really kind of, and that's the way I'm trying to build this is really from a front office perspective. So like, I'm behind the scenes on things, but I'm trying to more so build a business. I have some people that's dealing with they want to sign this guy, or they want to. I'm more so saying, how do I shape the culture of the organization? That's my focus. And how do we move forward? What's the plan to move forward? So, taking some of the older guys that have a reputation and getting them, and maybe they want to go into coaching, maybe they want to go into training. We can assist them with that. And then bringing in some of these college guys that everybody's not a prospect out of college, but that don't mean they can't be and they can't get better, and maybe they weren't exposed. So that mixture, that locker room presence, and teaching them how to be a professional.
So you're going to be doing a lot of development.
That's the plan. That's the plan to build because my goal is that's how I want the organization to be, so that guys can get better while they're in this process and get a pro experience. Like I said, it's not the NBA, but what it can lead to, and like I said, with the way the G League operates now, like guys have an opportunity they never had before. One of my kids I mentor plays Savannah State, went overseas. So the Blue Coats had a trial, the Delaware Blue Coats. My name's Lenjo Kilo, and I mean this kid made the team as a just trying out. He was the only one to do that. They made him. He made preseason. Then they cut him. They brought him back. He played some regular season games.
So he got a real opportunity to show his.
No, that's not going to happen. And now some of these G League teams, they're just doing it for the money. They charge $2 and anybody can try out. But some of these ones don't. These guys are coming in, and if one guy can make it, and they can put it on their resume, Like I mean, years ago, if Becky Vaughn had a G League, we would be talking to him right now.
Yeah.
You know
Well, you know, the ironic part about it is that we did have a G League. It was called it was the CBA. First it was the EBA, and then it was the CBA, and then there's the G League. You know, but the thing is that, like you said, the difference is that I remember I used to ride from here to Asbury Park, New Jersey, to play for the Jersey Shore Bullets, right? With Fly Williams and those guys from New York, right? And I would get $50 a game, and you know, and turn around and come back. You know, I had a job, but for the love of the game, just to have an opportunity, you know. And then I got up to Anchorage, Alaska, and that was a different thing. That was close to, you know, because the NBA scouts was always at the game. But let me just say this, because him and I was talking, and the things I try to do with him when we talk is to try to be a mentor in every other way, you know, because see, a lot of these kids and guys and girls can't make the transition from basketball to something else. You see what I'm saying? And see, the thing is, and he's a prime example. He's just in his 30s, and see, he's creating nostalgia for guys that was playing. He wasn't even born when I was playing. You know what I'm saying? His dad, you know, he know about me through his dad and Kirk Smith and all of them. But the thing is that I try to help him understand that, you know, this is a great thing that you're doing, but see, you can't get boxed in. And then you have to set the example that our black kids, period, can't be boxed in to the point that when basketball is over, football is over, or whatever it is, that they don't, you know, their life is over.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So that's where I'm at with it now, because if you go through something in life, good or bad, would you change it for all the knowledge that you've gained?
There's no way in the world.
There's no way in the world you should be able to do it. If you learn from it.
Right.
And this is what I'm telling him, he's in a learning stage, because he's going to learn who to trust and who not to trust. That don't mean you can't be boys. That means I just don't mess with you in that way no more.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's the whole concept, because people use you and abuse you and throw you back in the neighborhood, and then you there to have to pick up the pieces. The hardest thing to do, like with Little Charlie, I had a kid up in Wisconsin, you know, went there as a freshman, was playing like 15, 20 minutes a game, and the coach quit, then they wouldn't play him no more. See, now the other boy on his team was an All-American, Big Ten All-American, won the Kareem Abdul-Jabbar Award for the best center in the country. And Little Charlie only played like maybe 5 or 6 minutes a game. But the thing is that, see, I knew what to do. So when I turned him on, his dad him on to Rick there, because see, that's what he does. See, and we had to build his confidence back up. See, some of the hardest things to do is when somebody's take your confidence, is that, you know, I mean, you can play, but you ain't got no confidence. So we would, you know, I would call Rick them and see what we can do to help him out. Now he's overseas.
Doing his thing.
He's overseas over in Slovenia on a 2-year deal, and on his average like 3 or 4 points a game in college. But he was just that good. He was good.
And with that, T, I want to take this opportunity with you saying that about as far as like going back in the neighborhood. I want to turn the tables because I just got the 6-minute hook from Stan. He just let us know how much time we got, if you don't mind. And from both of your perspective.
Okay.
You know, because you're doing a lot of good stuff within the community. And let me ask you this question. Just relax from basketball for a little bit. Let's take it to the community. What's going on with this DC? They got to save my DC with all this shooting and all this stuff. What are they so angry? Because some of this stuff even happened on the basketball courts and stuff too. Because it's been on the news too. Why are these people so angry up here in DC, man? What is this burst of killings and shooting that's going on
so
around?
So during the daytime, I work for DC government, and I'm actually a youth specialist. What it is, man, it's a lack of vision. You know, they say without a vision, the people perish. It's not. When we grew up, you know, in kindergarten, first grade, what did you want to be? Doctor, lawyer. You don't even hear kids talk about that no more. They don't. They're just kind of existing, and part of it is it's the social media, internet age where if you want to just know about one thing or believe one thing, you can Google it and it's right in front of you. You don't have to find the knowledge or
Instant
you know what I mean?
gratification.
Right. So, and you can be a totally different person on social media than you are in real life.
Mhm.
Right. So, I think that the kids aren't growing up with, this is what I want to do with myself. It's more so I'm just kind of here.
Yeah.
You know, because and part of it is with the way our economy has evolved. Like, there's not a lot of like what do people do for 20, 30 years anymore? You know,
They don't do anything
Right.
anymore.
So-
Everything switches up.
Right.
But
every
they're trying
3
to take that
years.
away from us so we won't have opportunities to get into something, to do something for 20, 30 years, unless it's like, you know, they pigeonhole us into sports.
Yeah.
That's
You
right.
want to be a rapper,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Or
Fast
what
money.
else?
Fast
Well,
money.
see, that's why what y'all do is important.
Yeah.
Because see, y'all give them alternative.
Yeah.
See, you know, and the thing is that that's why it's important that you realize that once this part of your life is over, your life ain't over.
Right.
Right.
But the other part is that it's setting the example, and that's why I was telling him, that was my point to him, is that when you was doing the coalition thing,
Mm-hmm.
see, that was, for that particular moment of that particular day was giving the black people a chance to show that we could get together and we don't have no violence and stuff. It was almost like the Father's Day thing they used to have down west.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
See, so,
Exactly.
but see, the white people didn't destroy that. We destroyed that.
Oh,
Because, see, we couldn't see the good that came out of it. All the black fathers getting together for one day
Right.
out of a year to make our community better. You
Right.
know, so when one thing go down, then the community say, the people in the community say, oh, no, we don't want that no more.
And that's what I'm saying. See, it's like, and when you say that's what we do. With this show and stuff, with this thing, but we like to try to give opportunities. We want to make a difference with somebody. It's like within anything. Like we can with this little situation that we just talked about.
Absolutely.
If we can reach out and touch to anybody, you know, it will make a difference. It's like if I play little numbers and stuff. Like, it's like if I hit the number today, like, and I am going to hit the number tonight.
He is going to hit the number.
It's like, you know, like if I want to pass, I want to be able, if I get something, I want to be able to pass something out to each and one, you know, the
Right,
people
yeah.
within, you know what I'm saying, to give it back.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? To do something to give back.
Yeah.
If it's some knowledge and something that I can kick to, that I can give to people, that I can help them understand, put this stuff, looking in the mirror and stuff, look, you know, hey man, this stuff is just not that serious and stuff. You know,
Yeah.
what you guys, what's happening out there, you know, it seemed like it's not. I want to say it's not worth it, but it's something that is on folks' mind. Like Ricky says, that people thinking that, you know, they're just living for today. Like they
Yeah.
don't have, they're not even worried about the future. It's like
Yeah.
what I got right now. This is how I'm going to handle this situation right now.
Well, let me just say this before you go. And here's a suggestion. It's not, you know, because that's what I give. I don't give advice, because when people take your advice and don't work, they say, man, I'm not
They
listening.
blame you for
So
that. It's your fault.
I just give suggestions. But see, somewhere down the line, I got a cousin that probably is one of the best attorneys in this area. She just retired, right?
Okay.
We come from a little small town called Enfield, North Carolina.
I know that.
You know,
I that.
and you know, ain't nothing down there.
Okay.
So I told her that, I said, see, what we have to do is go back there to show them that there are ways out of this little small town other than working in a factory or work, you know, or making a, you know, a mediocre job or doing something. There's opportunities that exist far beyond this small town. We don't do enough of that. Maybe we do. I just think that the more that we go back and let people see what you do, you know,
Exactly.
let the girls in the school know that, hey, look, if you could keep yourself together and stuff, you could be a lawyer like I was, or you could be or you could be a doctor, you could be anything you want to be. You don't have to be a basketball player. You don't have to be this. You could be anything you really want to be. So the suggestion that I make is sometimes that maybe you might, in the future, might want to find some of these kids that are doing extremely well in school and bring them on the show.
Exactly what I'm
And let them talk about, you know, the trials and tribulations that they go through, because that's who goes through it.
Exactly.
Trying to get to school, you know, what it took, you know, to evade trouble or walking over dead bodies and stuff, and what it's like, how did you maintain a 4.0 average,
Right.
you know, in school and stuff like that. And see, when the other kids see that, they might see and say, well, look, you know, I want to go on this show.
Exactly.
I want to be on. I want to be on that show because now you expanding your base and stuff. So
We talked about that.
but
Well, that's a great suggestion, and we've been reaching out a lot to a lot of different people to do the exact same thing you're talking about, Becky.
Mm-hmm.
So I appreciate you coming on and sharing with us your insight on that. Ricky Goins, man, keep doing what you're doing, brother. And don't worry about it, man. It doesn't matter. You were at Coolidge. It don't make a difference, man. You're still part of us, so don't worry about that. Don't put that on Facebook no more, man. It's okay. It's coming to homecoming. All right. But with that being said, we're going to close this show out real quick because I know Stan got things he got to do. I know he made some plans. I know you got a date. I know it's okay, Stan. Anyway, but give us social media
You ain't cut out recording though.
for this.
We still be taping, right?
Okay. We have at Team Society DC, which is on Instagram and Twitter. And you can always get me on Facebook at Ricky Goins.
Get with Ricky, man, if you want to get an opportunity to try out for this team. Do you still got opportunities to try out
Yeah,
for the
we're
team?
doing some invite-only workouts, but if you contact me, we'll find a way to get you squared away.
Why I don't never get an invite? I never get an invite.
You got to score. Never mind. Anyway, all right. It's not a 35 and older group no more. You got to be able to,
Okay.
I
All right.
want to try out too. I like to shoot.
That's it. You don't pass the ball.
I'm not. My name is Michael Jordan, pre '86. I'm not passing jack. Okay, I'm shooting every time they give me the ball. I gotta get mine, man. I gotta get mine.
I feel you.
But other than that, that's why I play football. Now, with that being said, Ricky Goins, Ducky Vaughn, thank you so much for coming on.
sure, appreciate
Dealing
it.
with us too, it's hard, man.
That's good.
But hey, with the 640 Evening Show is always your home to come and express yourself. Great suggestions, great opportunity. Watts Branch, Goodman League, Kenner League, opportunities galore to go watch these guys play and put on their little shows. We saw a great game at the Watts Branch League that did their thing. Goodman League has been doing their thing for years. We saw the Goodman League and the Watts Branch Championship, two championship teams go at it. Goodman League came out and prevailed this year. You got lucky. I'm a WB man. I'm just letting y'all know that from the beginning. I'm a WB man. But those two leagues coming together, along with the Kenner League. Congratulations, Kurt Smith, on having a team that wins the Kenner League. That's not an easy task at all.
2 years in a row.
Back-to-back years.
That's amazing,
Yeah,
man. You
2 years in a
are
row.
incredible. And next time, call me, man. I want to come on the Red Cup, man. This is the Red Cup. I just want to say that again. I'm going to do that. But, Ricky, whatever you need, if you want to publicize it some more, come on back, man. I'll give you some more time, man.
I appreciate that. I'll definitely come back anytime.
Whatever you want to do, man. We're going straight to YouTube. So, guys, if you're listening, man, get in contact with Ricky Goins. Catch Mr. Ducky Vaughn, man. Give him some love and talk to this man. He got some good suggestions for you, man.
Yep.
All right? Hey, Stan, thanks very much. 640, I'm going to toss it back to you, man.
Hey, we appreciate everybody. Thank you, everybody, for listening. Big shout out and prayers and stuff going out to Aaron Clark, close friend, family friend of Michelle and the Griffins and stuff like that. She's definitely going through a little something right now. We extending our prayers to her, family, friends, and stuff for Miss Aaron Clark. Yes. Hopefully, wish you a speedy recovery. Also, Tisha is listening to us today. Thank you for listening, Tisha. We appreciate it. And come back and listen to us some more. Hey, man, let's do it. Let's wrap this thing up, man. We appreciate it, Ricky. Dickie Vaughn. Man.
You gonna be big.
Ducky Vaughn. Ducky Vaughn.
That's okay.
I know it's DV.
It's DV.
I'm
yeah.
writing him a ticket right now, man. There he is right there. The bell went off. He couldn't get away.
Ricky had to put his head down on that.
He knew it was coming. Ding, ding, ding. There you go right there, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you,
My
Morgan
man,
State.
Ducky Vaughn. We appreciate it.
Man.
Appreciate it. Hey, we gotta get
Okay.
Stan out here, man. Everybody remember, take it easy, take it slow. Don't forget I told you slow to the Heavenly Mother and my Father above. May we all learn to live together in peace and love. I said from the east to the west without a shout. Take those problems over to the Lord, ladies and gentlemen. He can work it out. I'm DJ 640. That's Big T.
Yeah.
Prayers and to all those folks that's going down there in Florida, all the way down in the south with this big hurricane and stuff that's going on. Prayers and stuff going out to you guys too, man. Like the infamous would say, I got that part right.
Yeah.
Good night, y'all.
You did get that right. Ding, ding, ding. I gave it some more. Hey, but don't forget, we stand on the shoulders of those that come before us. So please, please, please remember those that come before us and continue what they do. Continue to bring forth what they've already put in motion. So in that matter, thank you, Petey Green, because without you, man, none of this would ever be possible, brother. Thank you so much to the Petey Green family. Hey, you guys know what's going on. We will have my man on soon. His Petey Green's son will be on here very soon. We're going to talk about him. We're going to commemorate this gentleman's life, important to everybody in D.C. Thank you very much. Hey, we out of here, man. We did a little overtime today. Hey, where my check? Where my check? Where my check? Oh, I ain't got one. Okay. All right, Stan. Thanks, man.
Open me up. Open me up.
Don't have much to grieve. My heart's torn in pieces. It's my offering. Take me to the King. Truth is, I'm tired. Options are few.